Okay, so let's just get right to it. What is artificial intelligence, really? It seems like a simple question, right? But right now, the smartest people on the planet are completely divided on the answer. It's like they're living in two totally different realities about what it is we're actually building, and figuring out which reality is the right one. Well, that might just be the most important question of our lifetime. Let's dive in.
So, on one side of the ring, you've got this view. This is the story of an imminent arrival. It's the idea that a new form of intelligence, a potential superintelligence, is on the horizon, and we are in a frantic global race to create it before anyone else does. It's coming, whether we're ready or not. And then you have this, the complete polar opposite. The idea that this creature we're all panicking about isn't just misunderstood, it literally doesn't even exist. That the whole concept is a mistake, that we're not even asking a real question. So, who's right? I mean, how can both of these things possibly be true at the same time? And look, this isn't just some late-night philosophical debate. The way we answer this question fundamentally shapes everything: what we build, what we fear, and the future we are actively creating right now as we speak. To really get our heads around this huge divide, we need to explore what some people call reality tunnels. Basically, these are the two dominant stories that experts are telling themselves and us about AI. And spoiler alert, each story leads to a radically different conclusion about where we're headed. So here they are side by side. Reality A sees AI as a new mind. Think of it as an autonomous agent, a new being on a path to superintelligence. Reality B, on the other hand, sees it as a human mirror. It's a super sophisticated tool, sure, but a tool for collaborating with all of human knowledge. Creature versus tool. Let's jump into reality A first. All right, welcome to the story of the intelligence explosion. This is a future that's really defined by a technological arms race. Progress here is measured in raw processing power. And the finish line? Well, it's basically to build a god. Now, what's so fascinating about this slide is the feedback loop it illustrates. This scenario, from a paper called AI 2027, imagines a fictional company called OpenBrain. They create an AI agent to help them with their AI research. Then, that agent helps them build a better agent, which then helps build an even better one. You see where this is going? Progress just starts happening at a superhuman speed, like a year's worth of research every single week. And this number really gives you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about. Forget about your laptop. We're talking about building the biggest data centers the world has ever seen, consuming the energy of entire cities, all to fuel this insane exponential curve of intelligence. This isn't just software anymore. It's a planetary scale endeavor. And, if you believe AI is a powerful new agent, then a geopolitical arms race becomes almost inevitable, right? It's a zero-sum game. The source material paints this picture of a world where the big fights are over computing power, specialized chips, and the model weights, which are kind of like the AI's brain. In this reality, pausing for safety, that's just not an option, because it means you might be letting your rivals seize control of the entire future. Okay, deep breath. Because what if that entire story, that whole high-stakes arms race, is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what AI even is? That brings us over to reality B, which paints a completely, and I mean completely, different picture. This idea is the absolute core of reality B. It reframes AI not as a new mind, but as a new kind of cultural technology. It's just a tool, a really advanced tool for sure, but a tool, like writing or the printing press, that helps us process and reorganize information that other people have already created. So what's critical to get here is that in this view, AI isn't the start of some new timeline of machine intelligence. No way. It's just the next logical step in a very, very old timeline of human collaboration tools. From spoken language to the printing press, all the way to today's large models. Each one is just a more powerful way for us to access and remix our own collective knowledge. This is probably the single best analogy for this entire perspective. An AI model doesn't think up new thoughts from scratch. It takes the unimaginably huge amount of information on the internet, all created by humans, and it compresses it. It's basically a lossy, remixed summary of us, not some alien intelligence. Jaron Lanier argues that when you use something like ChatGPT, you're not actually talking to a machine mind. You're just accessing a new and incredibly clever way to mash up the work of millions and millions of real people whose data was used to train it. The intelligence isn't in the machine. It's a reflection of all the humans in the data.
So there we have it. Two radically different stories: the race to build a godlike creature or the invention of a new kind of mirror. Why is it so absolutely critical to figure out which story is true? Because your answer changes everything. This isn't just for academics. The way you see AI determines what you fear, what solutions you think we should be pursuing, and ultimately who you hold responsible when things inevitably go wrong. And this slide is where the rubber really meets the road, where the two realities just completely diverge. If AI is a new mind, your number one risk is a rogue superintelligence. Your solution is technical alignment, trying to program morality into a genie in a bottle. And if it messes up, who do you even blame? The AI? But if it's a human mirror, the risks are a lot more familiar. Corporate monopolies, mass misinformation, bias. The solutions are social and political. Regulation, data transparency. And liability? It's clear. The people who build and use the tool are responsible. So why are we so divided? Why can't everyone just agree? Well, the final piece of this whole puzzle suggests that this external debate about AI is actually a projection of an internal battle, one that's happening inside all of our own minds. This ancient wisdom kind of points to a fascinating psychological dynamic. To understand why we get so locked into one particular view of AI, we first have to understand how our own brains get locked into any view. Okay, so here's a simple way to think about it. One part of your mind, let's call it the thinker, it just picks a story. AI is a creature, for example. Then another part, the prover, gets to work, and its job is to be the world's best lawyer for that story. It finds every single piece of evidence that supports the story and just ignores everything that doesn't. This creates this powerful, self-reinforcing feedback loop. You don't just have a belief anymore, you literally live inside its reality tunnel. And that's how we connect it all back. These two grand narratives about AI, they aren't just technical arguments. They are powerful stories that our thinkers have chosen. And once we've chosen, our internal provers get to work, filtering all the data about AI to fit that narrative, digging us deeper and deeper into one camp or the other. So in the end, what we think we're building may actually tell us more about ourselves than it does about the technology. Is AI a new mind we're birthing into the world, one that might just save us or destroy us? Or is it simply the most powerful mirror humanity has ever constructed, forcing us to finally confront the totality of our own knowledge, our own biases, and our own divisions? The answer isn't in the code, it's in the story we choose to believe.